People who were on shows like Supernanny, World's Strictest Parents, or Scared Straight. What was the experience like? I was 15 when my guidance counselor convinced my mom I was headed down a dangerous path. My big crime? Selling fake designer sneakers online for pocket money. Instead of grounding me like a normal parent, she signed me up for some juvenile intervention program at the county jail without even telling me. The morning they picked me up, I thought we were going to family therapy or something. Instead, this van pulled up with barred windows and 2 guards inside. They handed me an oversized orange jumpsuit that hung off my shoulders like a garbage bag and chained my wrists together with real handcuffs that left marks on my skin. First thing they did was throw me in a holding cell for an hour with no explanation. Just concrete walls, a metal toilet, and the smell of bleach mixed with something I didn't want to identify. I could hear other kids crying down the hallway, but I kept thinking this was all just show business for the cameras. When they finally marched me through the actual prison, inmates started screaming at me through the bars. One guy was massive, covered in face tattoos, and he slammed against his cell door so hard I jumped backward. He was yelling that he'd own me in there, that pretty boys like me don't last a week. The guards just smiled and kept walking me deeper into the place. I kept my cool because I figured it was all scripted drama for the show. These guys were probably actors, right? The whole thing felt like a twisted movie set until lunch when a guard accidentally left me alone in the cafeteria with actual prisoners for 5 minutes. This older man with graying hair and scars on his knuckles sat across from me while I picked at some mystery meat on my tray. He didn't yell or threaten me like the others. Instead, he started asking about my life in this calm, quiet voice that somehow scared me more than all the screaming. He told me he started exactly like me. Small hustles, fake merchandise, easy money with no real victims. Then it became stealing cars because the profit was better. Then armed robbery because he needed bigger scores. Finally, he shot a store clerk during a botched holdup when he was 21. The clerk was a 19-year-old college student working nights to pay for school. The man never raised his voice once. He just looked me in the eyes and said that kids' parents still send him letters in prison asking why their son had to die. He said he thinks about that boy every single day for the past 15 years, and he'll think about him every day until he dies in this place. When the cameras started rolling again, the producers made me stand in front of a cell while inmates yelled insults at me. They wanted me to look scared and broken, so I played along. But that quiet conversation with the lifer kept replaying in my head during the whole drive home. When the episode aired months later, they completely cut out the man's calm warning. They only showed the parts where I looked terrified during the yelling segments. The editors made it seem like the screaming inmates had instantly changed my life, when really the fear from that wore off after a week. I never sold another fake product or took any risks that could land me in prison.